What excites me about the future of science? Right. Well, I think firstly there are the purely theoretical aspects, which is really what got me into science in the first place, wanting to know how stuff works. And in my case, it was wanting to know how living things work. And if I take the Human Genome Project as an example, humans do not have as many genes as we thought we should have. We're a long, long way short of the number of genes we should have, which must mean that many of our genes have got multiple functions. And so one of the really exciting things that's going to happen in biology in the next 50 years is working out the genes that have the multiple functions and those that don't. One of the last discoveries we made in my lab by accident was of a gene with a multiple function. And we've been having fun working out the two. But it's very important for us to understand then how living organisms work. So I think that's one thing. Another exciting area in biology is understanding how we integrate. If you think about everything that's going on in our bodies right now, all the different things are working together, and the regulation is interrelated between the different parts of our body. It's called systems biology, and it's visible even down to quite simple organisms. The simplest plants have integration mechanisms where signals are perceived and things happen. So I think working out how we are integrated as living beings is also the other interesting area. So those are the theoretical things. And in practical terms, I would love to think that my genetic expertise and those that have followed me and those around me will help us, one, to feed the world in a much more significant way, and two, to use plant resources wisely, for example in relation to global warming, and to make sure that we preserve those elements of the biosphere that are so desperately needed to prevent build-up of carbon dioxide. So that's on the kind of global scale, and it would also be brilliant if we could use our great scientific talent to start bringing some pressure to bear on the diseases of childhood in Africa. To me, it's a scandal that we spend so much on diseases which in world terms are relatively rare, but they're confined to developed nations, when millions of children in Africa and to a lesser extent in Asia are dying of preventable diseases. And it excites me to think that I believe that global views are changing. The Gates Foundation is beginning to bring pressure to bear on governments. We've got to do this, and science has got a great role to play there. So both theoretical aspects and applied aspects excite me.